New minimum tax could hit Berkshire Hathaway and Amazon hardest. Study shows, CNBC. The 15% minimum tax would impact around 78 companies, according to 2021 financial data, with Berkshire and Amazon paying the most. Researchers applied the Inflation Reduction Act's new 15% corporate minimum tax onto 2021 company earnings and found that the burden would only be felt by about 78 companies, with Berkshire Hathaway plus 1392 Chars. Rihanna will headline the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show, CNN. Must be NFL on the brain. Pop icon and entrepreneur Rihanna will perform at next year's Super Bowl 57 halftime show. The NFL announced Sunday. Null. Patriots vs. Ravens score. Lamar Jackson throws 4 TD passes as Baltimore spoils Pats home opener, CBS Sports. The Ravens improved to 2-1 on the season. The Ravens moved to 2-1 on the season and spoiled the Patriots home opener by earning a 37-26 win. At Gillette Stadium, Baltimore's offense took advantage of New England being without safety Kyle Doo. Plus 1753 Chars. David Swayze. Updated. Omicron boosters show no benefit in stopping infection. The Hill. Journalist David Swayze weighs in on a finding published in the New England Journal of Medicine that the new Omicron-based bivalent COVID booster might not be null. SpaceX launch from Florida seen across much of eastern U.S., Fox News. People took to social media after watching the skies for SpaceX's latest launch of the Falcon 9 rocket on Saturday. The launch could be seen as far north as New England. A SpaceX rocket launched from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida Saturday night could be seen in skies across the eastern United States. People as far north as New England took to social. Plus 1614 Chars. Dolphins vs. Bills score. Miami survives Josh Allen-led Buffalo butt punt to remain undefeated, CBS Sports. Miami's defense made several clutch stops in the second half. Two things were made evident during the Dolphins' 21-19 win over the Bills on Sunday. Buffalo's offense is capable of being stopped, and Miami is a legitimate threat to make noise in the AFC playoffs. Plus 1866 Chars. Stardew Valley creator shares update on version 1.6 release, Nintendo Life. It's coming, when it's ready. Eric, Concerned Ape, Barone's lifestyle farming simulation Stardew Valley is getting a 1.6 update in the future. In June, he revealed how it would focus on modding and also add in some new content. Plus 1028 Chars. John Paulson on frothy U.S. housing market. This time is different. Bloomberg. John Paulson became a billionaire after his hedge fund effectively shorted more than $25 billion of mortgage securities at the dawn of the global financial crisis. John Paulson became a billionaire after his hedge fund effectively shorted more than $25 billion of mortgage securities at the dawn of the global financial crisis. As he sizes up yet another frothy plus 198 Chars. Photos. Portola Festival debuts with spectacular shows, but very messy crowd management. Fist. Long lines and some highly ineffective crowd management strategies led to mayhem. chaos, and bum rushing at Saturday's day one of the Portola Festival, overshadowing terrific performances from Flume, Charlie XCX, and Fatboy Slim. Long lines and some highly ineffective crowd management strategies led to mayhem, chaos, and bum rushing at Saturday's day one of the Portola Festival, overshadowing terrific performances from Flume. Ch. Plus 4899 Chars. Dolphins vs. Bills score. Miami survives. Josh Allen led Buffalo butt punt to remain undefeated. CBS Sports. Miami's defense made several clutch stops in the second half. Two things were made evident during the Dolphins' 21-19 win over the Bills on Sunday. Buffalo's offense is capable of being stopped, and Miami is a legitimate threat to make noise in the AFC playoffs. Plus 1866 Chars. Were your teen years exhausting? School schedules may be why. Ars Technica. A new book traces how historical accidents left us pitting education against biology. 38 with 29 posters participating. If you went to high school in the U.S., you may recall early morning extracurriculars, sleeping through first period algebra, or bleary-eyed late-night study sessions. Plus 4467 Chars. Jaw-dropping Jupiter photo made of 600,000 images. Photographer says. Space.com. Viewing Jupiter never gets old. It is a magnificent planet, astrophotographer Andrew McCarthy said of his sharpest photo yet. Astrophotographer Andrew McCarthy of Arizona captured this stunning view of Jupiter by stacking 600,000 images of the planet to create his sharpest view ever. See more of McCarthy's images on Instagram. Plus 3242 Chars. Baltimore Ravens vs. New England Patriots. Week 3 2022 game highlights. NFL. Check out our other channels. NFL Mundo https www.youtube.com/MundenFLNFL Brazil https www.youtube.com/c/NFL Brazil Officialful UK https www.youtube.com/ch null. Sony's updated PS5 console comes with 6nm AMD Oberon Plus SoC. Offers lower temps and consumes lower power. WCCF Tech. The latest AMD Oberon Plus 6nm SoC for Sony's PS5 console has been pictured, and it is smaller, cooler, and more power efficient. Sony recently did a soft refresh of its PS5 console with a new variant known as the CFI 1202 that offers lower temps and amp power input. The new console is lighter, runs cooler, and consumes lower power. Plus 2424 Chars. Mushroom and black bean burgers with glazed onions are full of umami. The Washington Post. Canned mushrooms and black beans pack these pantry-friendly veggie burgers with umami and earthiness. Balsamic onions bring sweet acidity. Black bean burgers have always been, and probably forever will be, my favorite type of plant-based burger. While I do eat burgers made from animals too, those made from beans can be just as flavorful. Plus 4503 Chars. Avatar re-release shows franchise's overseas strength while pulling in $10 million domestically. CNBC. Disney is expected to snare $30 million in ticket sales globally from its theatrical re-release of 2009's Avatar. Disney is expected to snare $30 million in ticket sales globally from its theatrical re-release of 2009's Avatar. While domestic ticket sales, which will reach $10 million, according to projection, plus 2273 Chars. Rihanna will headline the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. CNN. Must be NFL on the brain. Pop icon and entrepreneur Rihanna will perform at next year's Super Bowl 57 halftime show. The NFL announced Sunday. Null. COVID-19 linked with substantial increase in type 1 diabetes in children, as much as 72%. SciTech Daily. According to a new research study that analyzed electronic health records of more than 1 million patients ages 18 and younger, children who were infected with COVID-19 show a substantially higher risk of developing type 1 diabetes. T1D. Researchers at the CA. By Case Western Reserve University, September 25, 2022. According to a new study, children who had COVID-19 are at a substantially higher risk of developing type 1 diabetes. According to a new research. Plus 5692 Chars. NASA testing planetary defense by crashing spacecraft into an asteroid. The Washington Post. If everything goes as planned, and the laws of gravity and motion don't change at the last minute, the asteroid collision will happen at exactly 7 hours 14 minutes and 23 seconds Eastern Standard Time. Heart rates are spiking in the Washington suburbs, where scientists and engineers on Monday evening hope to witness a vending machine-sized spacecraft that is 7 million miles from Earth crash into an plus 5783 Chars. NFL scores. Schedule. Live Week 3 updates. Ravens Lamar Jackson throws at least 3 TDs for third straight game. CBS Sports. All the best highlights from Week 3 are right here. It's Week 3 of the 2022 NFL season, and we're keeping you updated on all the action and biggest storylines throughout the day. The Week 3 slate has some fantastic matchups and storylines. And we're H plus 9119 Chars. Mozilla blames Google's lock-in practices for Firefox's demise. Android police null. Atlanta Fed President Bostic expects job losses but says there's a really good chance to get to 2% inflation without killing the economy. CNBC. Raphael Bostic, the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, signaled optimism for the Fed's policies to temper inflation. Raphael Bostic, the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, appeared on CBS, Face the Nation, Sunday morning with a continued commitment to the 2% inflation target and a cautiously optimize plus 1411 Chars. Winona Judd, incredibly angry over mom Naomi's death by suicide. Page 6. The Love is Alive singer spoke out ahead of her upcoming tour, revealing she was still grappling with the loss of her beloved mother, who died by suicide. Winona Judd admits that she's incredibly angry at her late mother, Naomi Judd, for taking her own life. In her first interview since Naomi died by suicide at the age of 76 in April, Winona told CBS plus 2744 Chars. Ian could become catastrophic, Category 4 hurricane. University in Florida evacuated. What we know. USA Today. Tropical storm Ian was forecast to rapidly gain strength Sunday and threatened to slam Florida's west coast later in the week. Tropical storm Ian was forecast to rapidly gain strength Sunday while racing across the Caribbean toward Cuba and threatening a big hit to Florida's west coast later in the week. Ian was 540 miles s. plus 7419 chars. FDA vaccine advisor says healthy young people shouldn't get another COVID booster. Daily Mail. Dr. Paul Offit, a member of the FDA's Vaccine Advisory Committee, said he's not fully sold that the benefits of a third shot outweigh the harm and the booster has only been tested on lab mice. A top vaccine expert and pediatric doctor is cautioning parents of healthy young people to hold off getting the new COVID booster shot, saying it can carry risks and its efficacy hasn't yet been proved. Plus 4683 chars. Don't look up. Close Encounters of the Disaster Movie Kind. CNN. Gene Seymour calls NASA's DART mission admirable but says it feels a little deflating after what he calls Chicken Little movies such as Armageddon and Deep Impact that require drastic measures to ward off cosmic clutter. Sign up for CNN's Wonder Theory Science newsletter. Explore the universe with news on fascinating discoveries, scientific advancements and more. There's a giant rock ahead. This is not a movie. Or a plus 5713 chars. Lamar Jackson hits Devin Duvernay for toe tap TD, NFL. Check out our other channels. NFL Mundo https www.youtube.com/MundoFLNFL Brazil https www.youtube.com/c/NFL Brazil Official Full UK https www.youtube.com/ch null Gurman 15-inch MacBook Air, new Mac Pro, updated HomePod, and more expected for 2023 to 9 to 5 Mac. We're still a few months away, and at least one more major announcement by Apple, before the calendar ticks to 2023. In the latest edition of his Power On newsletter. However, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has detailed some of the hardware announcements he expects. We're still a few months away and at least one more major announcement by Apple before the calendar ticks to 2023. In the latest edition of his Power On newsletter. However, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman H. plus 3911 chars